All right, so we go from Lauren Boebert over to Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're basically the same person. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is absolutely losing it. Now, I have a theory as to why. My theory as to why she's lost it more and more lately is basically because Donald Trump picked Mike Johnson over her. Mike Johnson was under attack from Marjorie Taylor Greene and some others, and they're trying to portray him as a sellout, and you're not doing your job right as Speaker of the House, and we gave you a chance, but you failed. Remember, Marjorie Taylor Greene supported McCarthy when McCarthy was ousted by Gates and Boebert and that group of people. And so she was bitter over that. She wanted McCarthy. She was bitter over losing him. Now she's trying to McCarthy Mike Johnson. Like, she's playing the role of Gates and Boebert, and she's trying to McCarthy Mike Johnson. And it didn't work this time because the other Republicans are really fed up, and they're like, look, we know what's going to happen. You'd replace Mike Johnson with somebody who's exactly fucking like him. This is not worth it. We don't need infighting right before the election, you jackass. It's going to hurt our numbers. Stop it. Stop it. You're silly. Stop it. And Trump basically stepped in at the last moment and sided with Mike Johnson over Marjorie Taylor Greene. And he tried to be diplomatic about it. He's like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, great woman, wonderful, special, really great. But also, now's not the time, and we'll figure out our differences. And I back MAGA Mike Johnson. I back him. And so I think that she felt slighted over that. And remember, these guys treat Trump like an emperor, overlord, god king, but I think Marjorie Taylor Greene really felt like, oh, you just stabbed me in the back. And so now she's going even harder against the Republicans than she was before. So we have a video. She went on Steve Bannon's show, and she gave us this gem.
Today, we should be voting to impeach Joe Biden because of the invasion in the United States.
I'll hold my commentary till the end. It's only 44 seconds.
None of that is happening up here in Washington, D.C., because Republicans continually have their head up their ass and can't figure out how to actually use the power that the people gave us. This is a new time in America, and I am so fed up, Steve. I am so fed up. I am so sick of it because I know people at home are sick of it. People are sick and tired of a feckless, useless Republican Party that never does a damn thing to stop any of this. They just sit in the boat and row along with the Democrats.
Okay, first of all, hilarious. The idea that the Republicans are pushovers and they're always doing the bidding of Democrats. That's why we have Medicare for all, or at the very least a public option, and that's why we raise the minimum wage, and that's why they passed the PRO Act, and that's... Bro, who are we kidding? The Republicans are the bullies who always get their way. She's acting like they're pushover. God, the political illiteracy drives me crazy. But okay, I'm going to play the beginning one more time. She says, impeach Joe Biden. What issue does she want to impeach him over?
We should be doing right now, today, we should be voting to impeach Joe Biden because of the invasion in the United States. Oh, but no.
She's saying impeach Joe Biden over the border. I want to be clear. This video happened when we already knew this was going to happen. Right here. Biden signed a border executive order, which is straight out of Trumpville. Straight out of Trumpville. Migrants arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border will be largely cut off from accessing the U.S. asylum system starting Tuesday afternoon. Migrants who illegally cross the border will be largely blocked from asylum and could face fast-tracked deportation, according to U.S. officials. One senior administration official told reporters Tuesday that removal to Mexico or a migrant's home country could happen as fast as in a matter of hours under the new order. Guys, even if she didn't do this video and we already learned that this was coming, that this right here was coming, it wasn't that long ago Biden and the Democrats tried to do a bipartisan bill on the border where they basically gave Republicans everything they wanted. Do you not remember this? Usually the way it works on the border is the Democrats say, all right, we want protections for the dreamers. We want a pathway to citizenship for the people who've been here, but we'll also give you border security if you give us those things. That's usually how the border negotiations go. That's what happened under Barack Obama, for example. This time, Democrats didn't ask dick about the dreamers. They didn't ask dick about a pathway to citizenship for people who've been here for years and are productive, already basically American citizens, right? They didn't ask anything. What they said is, you guys give us funding for Ukraine and Taiwan, and we'll basically do a Trump border plan. We'll basically end asylum, we'll fast-track deportation, we'll revive a lot of the Trump-era policies. We'll do exactly what you want us to do if you just give us Ukraine money and Taiwan money. Now that went down. Why did that go down? Because Republicans thought, oh my God, they're going to do a tough on the border bill, and that's going to make us look bad, and that's going to help Biden for his reelection. That's why they slapped it down. That's why they slapped it down. She knows this. She knows this. She knows that Biden is doing an executive order where he morphs into Trump on the border, becomes a hardline right-winger. She knows this. And what's her point? She wants to impeach Biden, not because she's saying, oh, he's too hardline on the border. She wants to impeach Biden because she's pretending like we live in a fantasy land where Joe Biden is in favor of open borders. That's why she wants to impeach him. I got to be honest with you guys, I literally don't know how to handle people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know what to do. Because step one in any sort of political conversation or disagreement or trying to find some productive solution is let's acknowledge the facts. Let's acknowledge the reality, and then we can go from there. And you might disagree on what is a good conclusion versus a bad one, on what steps to take, etc. But she won't even acknowledge like the basic reality of the way this stuff has unfolded. In her mind, Biden's in favor of open borders. In her mind, Biden is a far-left Marxist-Leninist type. That's what he is in her mind. How am I supposed to deal with that? What am I supposed to do with that? I literally don't know. But you know what? I don't think the other Republicans know either. I think they were just as dumbfounded and flabbergasted at the coup attempt against Mike Johnson. And even Trump was like, what the fuck is she doing? She's not only a rebel without a cause, she's a rebel without a brain. That's what I'm getting from this. And Steve Bannon's more than happy to be there and egg her on and act like you're the hero, even though you have not the first fucking clue about what's actually going on. The reality is lefties are pissed at Biden, and they're pissed for an actual substantive reason. Hey, asshole, you just morphed into Trump on the border when we can all go back and read your comments and your statements when you ran in 2020 and you were saying things that were like, immigrants help build this country. We need a pathway to citizenship. No, remember all the fucking resistance liberal yard signs? No human being is illegal. I bet all them, the ones who are Democratic sycophants are getting rid of those signs today because they're afraid it's going to be viewed as anti-Biden because he basically came out and said human beings are illegal. What am I going to do with these people? What am I going to I literally don't know. I don't understand. All right. Well, by the way, it's not like there aren't legitimate things to impeach Biden over. If somebody were to impeach him over a fucking genocide in Gaza, arming and funding Israel, I'd be the first one online. I'd try to go fucking testify at the trial. I'd bring a list of all the crimes. But instead, it's Fantasyland nonsense. Anyway, there you have it. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this woman. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.